Hello everyone. I'll be doing mathematics, which is national paper for November 2024 for paper 1. Okay, I'll do 1.2 and 1.3. 1.2 says solve for x and y simultaneously. Okay, let me practice. So I will start by generating an equation. Okay. Uh, Let me go to 1.2. Here is 1.2. Okay. 1.2. They give you 2x plus y is equal to 3 and y squared plus xy is equal to 2. This would be my equation 1 and this would be my equation 2. Okay, I will start by generating equation 3. Okay, I will use my equation 1 because I see be it will be easy. Okay, I will have y is equals to 3 minus 2x is my equation 3. Therefore, I will say substitute equation 3 into equation 2. Therefore, that means when I see y, I'll substitute by 3 minus 2x. Therefore, I'll have something like 3 minus 2x squared plus x is 3 minus 2x is equal to 2. Therefore, because this is squared, I'm gonna expand this. Therefore, I'll have 3 minus 2x 3 minus 2x plus, I know that 3 times x will be 3x and x times minus 2x will be minus 2x squared be equal to 2. Therefore, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times minus 2x is minus 6x. Minus 2x times 3 is minus 6x. Minus 2x times minus 2x will be positive 4x squared plus 3x minus 2x squared. Therefore, I'm going to transpose this 2 to that side will be minus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, 9 minus 2 will be 7. And minus 6 is minus 12x and plus 3x it will be minus 9x, and for x squared minus 2x squared will be positive 2x squared is equal to 0. Therefore, we have something like 2x squared minus 9x plus 7 is equal to 0. Therefore, I'm going to use my quadratic formula to get my x values. Says x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root sub b into a is equal to minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, I'm gonna move to the, okay, let me try to write this a in a. Okay, sorry. Okay, right. Q. Let me move to another page. There, I will have this my calculator. I have x is equal to minus 9 times minus 1 will be a positive 9 plus or minus. If you put everything under that square root, you're gonna get a positive 25 divided by 2 times 2 will be 4. This means that your x will be 9 plus root 25 all over 4, or your x will be 9 minus root 25 all over 4. Therefore means your x will be equal to 7 all over 2, or x will be equal to positive 1. Therefore, to find your, because now we have our x values, to find your y values, you must take these x values, you must take these x values and substitute them to your equation 3. Therefore, you have something like y is equal to 3 minus 2 into 7 all over 2, or y is equal to 3 minus 2 is 2y. Therefore, your y will be negative 4, or your y will be positive 1. Therefore, you get your full 5 marks. Okay, let's do 1.3. Okay, in order to do 1.3, let me take my notes for 1.3. You must know what is your product, and you must know your product. Product is a result of multiplying 2 or more numbers together. E.g., if you say 3 times 4, you're gonna get 12. This 12, we call it a product, because it's the result of multiplying these 2 or more numbers together. Okay, and this 3 and 4, we call it a factors. And what is a factor? A factor is a number that divides another number exactly without leaving any remainder. Okay, fine. And we must know what is a integer. Integer is a whole number that can be positive, or negative. But what is important about integer is that it does not include a fraction or decimal parts. Okay, I think that is enough. So we have to okay, we can say this. Okay, let's move to the question 1.3. This question is 1.3. Says consider the product. Okay, our product is 1 plus 1 all over 2 is 1 plus 1 all over 3, 1 plus 1 all over 4. This dot shows that this product contains. So if you can punch this in your calculator, you're gonna get 3 all over 2 and 4 all over 3 and 5 all over 4. You don't know the last number, but they said each factor in this product is of the form 1 plus 1 all over n, for when n is greater or equal to 2. Therefore, it means also the last number is in this form. So, because I don't know the last number, I can just write 1 plus 1 all over n. Okay, fine. But I know that this thing can be written as 1 all over 1 plus 1 all over n, and this thing can be written as 1 times n will be n plus 1 times 1 will be positive 1 times n will be n. Okay, it means I have something like 3 all over 2, and 4 all over 3, and 5 all over 4, and dot until this last number, which is n plus 1 all over n. But if I want the number before the last, I must minus 1 and minus 1. Therefore, I'll have something like n all over n minus 1. Therefore, if you can see, this 3 will cancel this 3, this 4 cancel this 4, and this 5 will cancel the 5 that will be a denominator here, and this n will cancel this n, and here the numerator that will be here before this number will be a n minus 1. Therefore, that n minus 1 will cancel this n minus 1, and you will only be left with a n plus 1 as your numerator. Therefore, you have n plus 1 as your numerator, and your denominator will be a 2. You will be left with 2 as your denominator. So this is the product. It's the product. So let me find a new page. This is our product. Our product is n plus 1 all over 2. But they said determine all the values of n for which the product will be an integer. It means our product must not be decimal or fractional. Okay, so let me try by substituting a 2 here and see what I will get. 2 plus 1 all over 2. I get a, which is a fraction, and I don't want a fraction. Okay, let me try 3. I get 2, and it is what I want. Let me try 4. I get a fraction, and I don't want a fraction. Okay, let me try 5. I get a 3, and it's what I want. Okay, I realized that when I substitute odd number, I find a fraction. This is the odd number. When I substitute an odd number, I find the fraction. And when I substitute I supposed to say that when I substitute even number, I get a fraction. Can see this 4 is an even number, I get a fraction. But when I substitute the odd number, I get a whole number. Okay, so it means that my n must not be a even, because when you put a even number where you see n, you find a fraction. Can see here you find a fraction. But when you substitute an odd number, you get what? You get a whole number, and it is what it is needed. Okay, therefore it means my n must be odd number where n is greater or equal to 2. Yes, it is correct, because if you can check when you put your odd number here, which is 3, you can see that the 3 is greater than 2, and when you put your odd number here, which is 5, you can see that 5 is greater than 2. So that is the end application. Okay, thanks. After you get your 3 marks. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Okay. Okay.